So, I have been wanting to get something off of my chest and onto my blog. For quite some time. This has to do with atheism. Now, I'm not an atheist, and just with that simple admission right there, I already am going to lose so many people. On the internet especially, and in almost any sort of niche community of any significance, atheism is rampant, is a hegemony, and I don't have a problem with that philosophy. But in my quest for truth, for solutions, for any given community or project or thing you're into, and it just hits me right in the face when I hear these atheists who have just such a just painful obliviousness to kind of the rest of the picture, and are just completely unaware of the philosophical conundrums that materialism and naturalism have inherent with them. And right away, I can easily LARP for theism and say that the vast majority of theists I know are in touch with the logical, philosophical problems associated with theism. Now, the vast majority are going to admit right away on its face that this isn't something they pretend to know for sure or to be able to prove. That there is an element of faith, but if you're talking to theists like me, they will say that this is not something they take lightly, and something they have thought a lot about and have looked into a lot and researched a lot and listened to the arguments on both sides, and that you are convinced that there are some very strong arguments in favor of it. And especially in my case, what I am even more confident of than of theism is at least the problems of atheism. Just the very simple fact that if you don't believe in a transcendent cause of the universe, actually, let's call it the natural realm. If you don't believe that, then you must believe that the natural realm simply always existed in some form or another, expanding and collapsing, or kind of in a closed system. It had a beginning, and now it just and there was nothing before that. There was no time before that. The universe simply had a beginning, and from that to where we are now, that is just kind of a closed system. but that, yeah, no God created it. It just had a beginning. And if you can't at least admit that is kind of a problem, I'm going to have to right away say that you're disingenuous, or you are obtuse, or you don't have the capacity to be honest with yourself or with me, because of most likely emotional reasons. And that's fine. I'm very sympathetic to, people having really strong feelings about this type of thing. But what I don't like is disingenuosity. And I don't like that people in general try to act instinctively, try to act and look as though they had as kind of much certainty and as much as if they really were sure, and as if they really did have all this knowledge and etc. They try to appear as though they did, and that doesn't make sense. It makes sense to be honest, right? To be honest and to say, yeah, I really don't know, but I feel really emotional about this because, God, it makes me scared. It makes me this. It makes me that. Doesn't it make sense to be, But and that's not just for debates about theism. That's debates about anything. Like the big social justice warrior, radical feminist movement. Etc. They just believe so many bizarro things, and and they use just this flowery postmodernist language to try to obfuscate from view, the truth. And to me, why? But it is hard. It is difficult. Scary to be honest, when you don't know things, and that's the short and curly of it.